Hi everyone, this is Becca from Becca's Music Room. I'm a music teacher who blogs over at beccasmusicroom.com, and I'm here today to talk about marketing your teacher's paid teacher store. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share so other people can find it as well, and let's hop right into it. Now, marketing is one of the most asked questions. People say, how do you market your TPT store? What should I be doing to market my TPT store? Is it too early to market my TPT store? And I'm like, y'all, chill out, first of all. Secondly, I just posted a whole video about how you really need to be thinking about producing great content rather than marketing your store. The more you produce great content, the more people will like, know, and trust you, and they will want to purchase from you. So that means lots of different things. Now, for today's purposes, we're gonna be talking about marketing as advertising your products. We're gonna go through paid and free options, but again, just keep in mind, content. All right, so we're gonna start with the obvious, paid promotions. So people have lots of questions about ads, whether they should be doing ads, how much they should be spending on ads. And the number one thing I'll tell you is don't bother with ads until you have at least 50 products in your store. Because again, content. And number two, if you're gonna do ads, you need to be able to pay for them with your business money. Don't pay out of pocket for ads. And number three is pick one ad form and figure that one out. So pick either Facebook ads or Pinterest ads or whatever, but just pick one. So again, you could do Pinterest, you could do Facebook, you could do Instagram, you can do Google, you can do whatever, but just pick one of them and try to figure that one out as opposed to trying to figure out all of the ad platforms. It's just gonna do a lot better if you can focus more money into one thing, and they're all very different, and so trying to figure them all out can be a huge pain. If you're gonna do ads, I would highly recommend actually like reading up on the best way to do them and figure them out. I also have only been doing one ad platform, so I only know about Pinterest ads, and I'm not particularly great at them, so we're not going to talk about that too much. There's a lot more people who know a lot more than I do who can tell you better things than I can. So if you want to do ads and you have the money for it, I would say go for it because it definitely reaches other people, but only if you have the money and you want to really dive into them. So now, as far as free options go, we're going to talk about things that can promote your product. So we are going to talk about things that I consider to be content, but it's, you know, promoting your products. How do you promote your products? I'm trying to finally drink all my coffee. So number one, I would say definitely promote your products on Pinterest. If you're not using Pinterest, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So promote them on Pinterest. Y'all, I know it's horrible and everyone says not to do it, but I pin directly from TPT because that gives you 4 different pins to have out there in the universe. And then I also typically will make pins that go to TPT that are, you know, the nice long pin length and things like that with a nice description in them. But honestly, I would say the more pins you have, the better it's gonna do, because Pinterest is a search engine, and the more chances you have to be found, the better your pins are gonna do and the better your products are gonna do, because people are gonna be able to find them. So get on Pinterest, get as many pins as you can. Don't stress about it. I do use Tailwind to schedule my Pinterest, which was like life-changing, because the first year, 2 years, I would literally go on and physically pin every single pin. It was horrible. So love Tailwind. I'll leave a link down below to Tailwind if you want to check that out for scheduling your pins. And yes, so as far as Pinterest goes, have lots of pins. Vertical pins tend to do better. I make mine on Canva. Video pins are like the new thing at the moment. I've been trying them. I haven't quite figured them out yet. They aren't doing much better than my normal pins at the moment, so I'm kind of like, do I keep doing them because they're a lot more work? I don't know, haven't decided. I'm still out on there. Video pins. Group boards are definitely the way to go. People recently, I've heard that Pinterest says that group boards are not as big of a deal anymore, but group boards still make a huge difference in mine. Like, I'll have a pin with 2 views and I'll pin it to a bunch of group boards, and then the next day it's got like 200. So group boards are still working for me. But But yeah, so if you want more Pinterest information, we can do a whole video on that because I don't want to spend the whole time talking about that. So Pinterest. Number 2, social media. Just like with ads, pick one. So pick either Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, whatever you would like, just pick one of them and stick to it. It's gonna be a lot easier to pick one, figure out one, and actually post on one than to try to do all the different ones. I prefer Instagram because I just prefer Instagram anyway because it's more my style. I like the pictures and the visual aspect of it. I enjoy Instagram. I don't really enjoy Facebook, and I hate Twitter. So I don't do Twitter, and I have a Facebook, but it's just everything that I put on Instagram. So pick one social media and kind of really focus on that, dive deep into strategies for how to make that bigger and show up consistently. Promote your products. Also put up things that are not promoting your products, because again, content, not marketing. It's coming back. I told you it's a thing. All right, so Pinterest, social media. Number 3, write a blog post about it. So if you have not gotten on the blog spiel, you need to get a blog. I'll link a whole playlist of things down below that talk about blogs because I'm not going to talk about all of them here. But again, like I said in the other video about marketing, most of my lessons that are sold come from people finding them on, usually using Pinterest, finding them on my blog, reading about them, and then going and buying them. So a blog is a nice way that you can get found on Pinterest, that you can have a lot of content for free that people can go and check out so that they can know, like, and trust you, and also that you can kind of outline your products without being super salesy. So you can be like, here's a lesson for whatever, and then at the end you're like, oh yeah, by the way, you could get the product that goes along with this. Click here. Actually put it at the beginning and the end because chances are people are not going to read all the way to the end. But so blog is a great way to talk about your products, to reinforce your products. Just make sure it's not just your products because you don't want to drive people crazy. So usually if I have 3 things for, I don't even know. So usually again, I'll have, here's a thing you could do for free, but it would be better if you bought my product. Or I'll have a roundup of here's 5 different activities and maybe 2 of them will be products, because you don't want them all to be products because again, you don't want to sound super salesy. All right, so Pinterest, social media, talk about it on your blog. And number 4 and final one is email marketing. So I think I mentioned before that email is something that used to baffle me, but I love it now. It's wonderful. Oh, it's Thursday. I probably should have sent an email today. Oops. So email is something that used to baffle me, and now I am all about it. Once you kind of figure it out, it's great. If you have questions about email, link them down below. If you have questions about email, leave them down below. I'm planning on doing a whole bunch of videos just about email. But basically in an email, you can say, hey, look, here are my new products, or hey, look, here's a lesson. Oh, and by the way, there's a product that goes along with it. Again, don't be too salesy because people are so used to sales emails that they just send them all straight to the delete file. But do it again. So outline a lesson. Oh, by the way, you can purchase it here. Or, hey, I'm having a sale. That's a great way to get people over there. Or again, a roundup. So I do that a lot. I'll send, usually on Sundays, I'll send here's 3 ways that you can teach quarter rest, or here's 3 centers activities, or here's 3 classroom management tips. And typically one of them will be a lesson and the other 2 will be things they can do without buying something. So email is a great way to showcase your products, to explain about your products, to get people to buy your products, to just make sure that they know that your products are there, which is a huge, huge thing. So let's review. You can do paid promotions, but pick one, stick to it. You can do Pinterest, you can do social media. Again, pick one and stick to it. You can use your blog and your email list to outline all sorts of things about your products. So there's 5 different ways you can use content. You can market your TPT store. Now, as promised, I told you I would tell you what I do for mine. So for me, I do use Pinterest ads. I'm not great at them, but I have them going typically 2 or 3 at a time, and I usually only do them $1 a day for a month. So that's where we are now. I've been playing with them because some of them definitely do a lot better than others do. So we're still trying to figure that out. But Pinterest ads, I love Pinterest. I have thousands and thousands of pins on Pinterest. Use it all the time. Social media, I use Instagram, and then I post everything from Instagram to Facebook. And recently I've been getting a lot of like comments on my Facebook page, which I find super weird because I don't check it, but it's great. I definitely do the blogging. I love blogging. I started as a blogger, not as a teachers pay teachers seller. So obviously I'm really big on the blog sphere, and it's a great way to showcase your products without being super salesy. And again, just make it so that people know that you're there, and make it so that people start to trust you, so that when they see your products, they're like, oh, hey, I know Becca. Purchase. And then I do use email, and I love email. So I guess I use all of the things I told you to use. That would make sense, right? Yeah. Anyway, I hope that explained a little bit of your marketing questions. If you have specific questions about marketing, how to market, how to track your marketing, see if your marketing works, or anything else, leave them down below, especially if you have email questions, because I would love to do like an email series that talks all about, you know, how to build an email list, how to get people on it, all those kind of things. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and have a wonderful week.